Hey guys, welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over why, in my opinion, baseball is the best sport ever invented that is still going on right now. So let's get right into that. And before we do, make sure to leave your opinion in the comments below this video. What sport you think is the best sport ever invented that is still going on. It could be soccer, it could be football, it could be basketball, it could be baseball, and you could think the same as me, but I'm going to be going over my reasons for that in this video. So, it's called America's pastime for a reason, but football has started to try to kind of take over that. They've tried to take the spot as America's sport, and they're doing so successfully. But I'm gonna be going over why baseball will never be overtaken in my mind as the best as America's sport. So, reason number one: the fan interaction in baseball. You can get so close to the field, you can stand right along the sides of the field, like right along the foul lines, and you can get the players to come right over. You're right there talking to the players right before they're about to play a baseball game. You can be during batting practice, you can be in the stands, pretend you're sort of another outfielder, 10th player on the field. You can take home a souvenir, a piece of the game. I mean, there's so much you can do. Regarding fan interaction, there's baseballs, you can get autographs, you can talk to the players before they go out, right before they go out on the field, maybe on top of the dugout or out on the foul line or in the outfield during batting practice. It's just, fans can get so close to the game itself. It just seems like baseball players, I mean, there can be nice baseball players, there can be absolutely rude baseball players, but you just see those every once in a while. But it's just a sport where you can get so as close almost as you want to the action without going onto the field. Football, the closest you can get is seeing the players run through the tunnel. Basketball, basically the same thing. Soccer, basically the same thing. You can't get as close as there's no tunnel to see him run through. You can see him in the dugout, you can see him on the foul line, you can be close to him in the outfield. There's just so many different ways than other sports to get to have fan interaction with baseball. Second reason, it's a timeless sport. I don't know of another sport that has a clock on it that's played ever. Baseball doesn't have a clock on it. I know they're trying to insert basically a clock, kind of like the pitching clock, the in-between inning clock, but still, it's a timeless sport. I mean, you don't know what you're going to get in it. You could get a 30-minute first inning, you could get a 10-minute first inning, you could get a 30-minute inning, you could get a 10-minute inning. It really doesn't know. You really don't know what you're going to get with baseball. You could get, you could get an hour inning. You could get a 3-hour rain delay. Game starts at 10 o'clock. You don't know what you're going to get with baseball. There have been rain delays that the game has been played till like 9 o'clock. Rain delays last till 1 a.m. That's when they start the game back up. You don't know what time the game's going to end. You don't know if rain's going to hit and they're not going to play and they're going to come off the field and we're going to wait a little bit to see the game. You don't know if it's going to be a quick breeze through game. You don't know if it's just going to be a flat out long game. It's just, you don't know with baseball. Other sports like football, you have an idea of what time the game's going to end. With baseball, it could be a 3-hour game, it could be a 2.5-hour game, it could be a 3.5-hour game, it could be a 4-hour game with extra innings. With football and soccer and basketball like that, you have a pretty good idea of what time the game's going to end. Basketball, it's like a 2.5-hour game. Football, it's a 3.5-hour game. I don't watch soccer, so I don't know how long their games are. So, honestly, you don't know when anything's going to happen in baseball. I mean, there is overtime in football and soccer and basketball and stuff like that, but it's still it's still around the idea that you had of what time the game's going to end. Baseball, it's just a timeless sport. You could watch it for hours. A lot of people say, I can't sit down and watch a full baseball game. Well, I personally can sit down and watch a full 3.5 hour, even if it is a 4-hour baseball game. If I had to, I would be able to do it. Not if I'm at a game, that doesn't count. If I had to sit at my house, watch TV, watch a 3-hour, 4-hour baseball game that I had no connections to, that I'm not a fan of, they're not any team close to me, I had no connection. If it was a Dodgers-Angels game and you told me to sit through it and it was going to be a 4-hour game, I would say, okay, let's do this. Let's watch this baseball game. And many people say, no, I could never sit through that if I was out in the East Coast. If I really didn't pay attention to any of these teams, I would not be able to watch it. I would, personally. I mean, I'm watching full spring training games when I can. That's just a sense of how addicted to baseball I am. A lot of people aren't sitting through these full spring training games. Even if they're at the game, they'll leave early. A lot of people, they can't sit through the full spring training game because then once it gets to the young players, they're like, oh, I don't know any of these guys. What's the point in watching? It's basically a minor league game at this point. Okay, fine, I'll watch a minor league game. Any baseball that I can watch at this point, I'll watch it. Opening day is right around the corner, and I'll sit all day staring at my TV watching baseball if I have to. But I will. Third reason for liking baseball so much is just, honestly, the time of year. Summer is a time for baseball. It's like the best weather, and the stadiums too, they're ready for that. Like, there are some places where it rains a whole lot. Seattle, they got a dome, they're ready for it. It's really hot. Texas, Houston has a dome, they're ready for it. Arizona, it's really hot out there, they got a pool in their dome. Miami, they got a dome, it's really hot, but it's kind of like a club city where there's a lot of clubs around. Fine, they got a club in left field with a pool. Baseball stadiums themselves are just so fan-friendly. They're just so ready. And I could rank the amount of baseball stadiums, but I'll probably do that in a separate video if I even make that video. I'm not sure. But the stadiums, they're just so really strange. The Yankee Stadium, you got a football stadium, a former football stadium that shared baseball in Oakland. You got a regular baseball stadium in Pittsburgh. You got Yankee Stadium. All stadiums are just so different. You got the PNC Park, which is an open roof stadium in a place where it could be rain, where the weather is literally, it could be anything. And then you got a dome in Arizona where the weather is always hot. I mean, really, you cannot expect one stadium to be the same as the other, except if you're out in Los Angeles. Dodger Stadium and Angel Stadium, they're kind of similar with their configuration, but not 100%. So you can't expect a pretty much the same stadium unless kind of like the corners in the outfield, they're pretty much the same. You got short walls, can lean over. But the rest of it is pretty much different. So you can't. So that's the other thing. That's the third thing. The baseball stadiums themselves. I mean, you cannot expect the same thing or even near the same thing from two stadiums. Every stadium is different. Progressive Field is different from PNC Park. Citizens Bank Park is different from Great American Ballpark. Comerica Park is different from, say, Wrigley Field. U.S. Cellular Field or Guaranteed Rate Field is different from Yankee Stadium. Citi Field is different from Marlins Park, and so on and so on. You can make all the comparisons, but no stadium is like one another. So those are my 3 reasons for why baseball is the best sport. Make sure to leave your favorite sport in the comments below, and at least 2 or 3 reasons on why, because an argument isn't only as good as its reasons. So make sure to leave your reasons and your favorite sport down in the comment section below. But that's going to do it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more of this stuff, more baseball related videos, a couple March Madness videos previewing the Elite Eight Final Four National Championship games. Those will be coming up soon. some ball hogging preview videos and stuff like that. Teams that I'll be using, commemorative baseballs, questions for the MLB season. That stuff will be coming out very soon, so make sure to stay tuned and stay subscribed for that stuff. And until next time, again, thanks for watching.